Hi everyone. Last year I uploaded a video showing how to make an eastern bluebird or tree swallow house. This is also a eastern bluebird or tree swallow house, except an even simpler design. The one last year I used predominantly 1x6 pine, but that box had wider sides so I could insert the front in between the two sides and I could swing the front up. And it would give the bottom or the base of the floor a wider dimension, about 5 by 5 inches roughly. This is probably one of the simplest eastern bluebird boxes you can make. This is using strictly 1x6 pine, no other size, and it basically has a side door that swings like this. So the sides here are set between the front and the back, and the one side swings out. So this is very simple. This one also has a flat roof, so there's no angling of the sides like in the other box. I don't think this imposes a severe threat though for the birds. And sometimes you can mount them with a bit of a slant too. If they're on a post, you can just get them onto the post with a bit of a slant, or even on the side of a building you could just put a bit of a block behind the top just to give it a bit of an angle. Anyhow, I thought I'd show this because it really is about the simplest design. So basically this particular one has a straight piece of 1x6 pine about 15 inches long at the back. The sides are about 8 3/4 inches tall, and then the same width of the typical board, 5.5 inches. The roof is 7.5 inches long. The front is 9 inches tall roughly. Now you'll see some designs where they have this 10 inches and the sides a bit longer too, and that may be of some advantage just to get the young further down from the nest hole. And then the bottom is the width of the board, 5 inches by 4 inches in this dimension. And because the sides are shorter than the front, you'll see there's a nice little 1/4 inch gap approximately between the sides and the top, which allows for ventilation on the very hot days. The bottom too has the corners cut out of it, as you can see here, just to allow for drainage in case heavy rain ever got into the main entrance hole. As well, like all my boxes, I've cut little kerf cuts just below the hole with my cutoff saw here, about 1/8 inch or a 1/16 of an inch deep. I just cut a number of kerf cuts across the width of the board just to enable the young to climb up to the hole when they get to be that age that they like to look out the hole and greet the parents at the hole for food. Now this design you'll often see showing the same degree of exposure of the backboard at the top as at the bottom. I put more exposure at the bottom just because I usually mount mine on tops of posts. So I can just use 2 or 3 screws here to attach it to the post. If you're putting it on a building, then you'd probably want to make the extension the same, like top to bottom, and then you can put 2 screws in each end. I just modified it a bit for my uses. Anyhow, that's it. That's one of the simplest, probably the simplest eastern bluebird or tree swallow house you can make. You don't need to paint it. You can if you want. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. It enables you to do the nice nest checks. Here I have to check for blowfly larvae. Once the young hatch, I usually wait about a week and then go in and check them, because the larvae usually come in quickly after the young have hatched, sometimes a bit sooner than a week, and you have to rid those from the nest or they'll suck on the young and often kill them. This side is just held with this front screw here that will obviously be screwed in when you put it out, and then when you come to do the nest check you just undo it and go in. Anyhow, nice easy box to build, about a 6-foot piece of 1x6 white pine, and you've got a nice little box.